Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we bring you the final rounds 18, 19, and 20 of Season 9 of the Racetech V8ESC. We are live with you tonight from the Watkins Glen Cup layout. Pete, probably for me, a track that's really, really simple, but really, or not really, but it's still got technical places, and especially in this car, you know, it's quite easy to kill yourself round here, even though there's not much to learn track and corner wise.
Yeah, very true. There's not a great deal of complexity necessarily, but the positioning of your car is critical, especially going into turn one, because that sets you up for everything that follows it very, very critically. And the positioning of your car going up the hill through the S's, because you can lose a ferocious amount of time launching onto that back straight into Slipstream City, where everybody will come piling past you if you get it all even slightly wrong. The bus stop's not the easiest bus stop because you're going so fast into it, and this car does not like to slow down and grip up.
Or turn.
Or turn, or behave itself, or not crash and kill me at every given opportunity. But Watkins Glen, it feels like my backyard because I've raced around here so much with all our leagues and in the leagues that are unofficials. But it's not a track I ever get bored of. I don't know why. I just enjoy racing around here. I would consider it in my top 10, but not necessarily in my top 5, like the Road Atlantas, like we were at last night. Certainly wouldn't want to drive that in the dark, like the boys did last night. So, yeah, Watkins, great track in my opinion.
Yeah, certainly. And obviously just realised that I haven't introduced the guys that are with me in the booth tonight, even though you already know who they are. So, good evening, Pete.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
And good evening to Sam.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Technical issues with iRacing today, so I'm gonna try to join the session as soon as I can.
And Bill is still at his swanky wedding or whatever he's swanned off to do. So we're not going to worry too much about Bill. Quick hellos on the chat. Stacey, my favourite stripper, is in the chat. Anybody want any pictures? Just give me a shout. Marco Namela, why are you in the chat and not in the booth if you're not racing? Lane O'Connor, good evening, and Stacey number 2 as well. So we have 100% of the Stacey's tonight, Pete.
Yeah, and apparently you're not a lady or a gentleman.
Well, no, I identify as a toaster. You know that.
Yes, you do. Yeah. You like to pop up every now and then.
Yeah, and it gets me lots of government grants.
Oh dear. Yeah, we've got a reasonable grid tonight as well, and some names that have re-featured. I suppose you describe it that way. It's a Greg Carr. Welcome back to Greg Carr. Not seen him racing in quite a while. And Mr. Solar Powered Car himself, Michael Taliancic, is in the session. I don't know whether he's actually racing or not.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Mary Jackson is in as well, by the looks of it.
She is, yeah, under her husband's name, yeah.
And good to see Mr. Piles back, Nicole Foggy as well.
Yeah.
Evening to Martin on the chat. He's asked me for some pictures. I think he's done that. He's done that to cover his ass because he was the one that sent them to me. So he's trying to pull the wool over Stacey's eyes. Or if I want to get in trouble, or if I want to get Pete in trouble, I can say he's trying to pull the beanie hat over Stacey's eyes. But enough said about that. So, yeah. Pete.
Lane says he can send some pictures of his belly to Martin. I could also do that from where I'm sitting, Lane. Yeah. I can take a picture of your belly and send it.
We don't need pictures. We can see it from here. So we are in the 15-minute qualifying session. We have got 3 15-minute fast and furious super sprint races coming up for you tonight. There's a championship on the line tonight. Johnny Brandon currently leads the way. I'm not going to go through all of the standings tonight. All you really need to know is Johnny needs to have 3 extremely bad races for us not to call him our first ever 3-time champion. So we'll be watching Johnny's progress quite closely, and it is quite easy for it to go wrong. So these super sprint races, anything can happen. So although it looks like it's in the bag, it's not a done deal until Fat Lane sings.
And do you want to remind everybody of the 3-race format? So the first one we're doing as per qualifying, right?
It certainly is. Race 2 and 3 you will see our super duper spinny wheel, and hopefully there's some music and Sam doesn't sing, because that usually makes people turn over to a different YouTube channel. But yes, so we will have reverse grids for races 2 and 3. There is a short interlude between the races where Pete and Sam will do their best to fill, whilst I'll mute myself and set up the next race server. And also, if I've got time, I shall also update the results so we know exactly where everybody stands after each and every race.
We will put the stash music in one position.
Yeah, that'll get them excited. So qualifying at the moment, we've got Nicole Foggy leading the way. We see Nicole last night in the Euro SOF race. I think he won that by about 14 seconds or so. Tyler Newitt currently sits in second, and Wayne Sanderson in third. But there is still 7 minutes to go in quali. Pete, what do you think is going to happen tonight?
I don't know what Foggy's like round here, but I can guess. And there are a lot of XVR cars in this field tonight. So I think Johnny will probably get helping hands coming through the field if he ends up in a reverse grid situation. And at the back, we just saw 12-year-old Tyler Newitt, who will undoubtedly help him out in the inset picture. It's now vanished off my screen, but always funny. We'll try and make him laugh a few times tonight and put him off his racing, because that's always fun, isn't it? Mike Frost has just disconnected, so I think he's thinking better of it. There's young prepubescent Tyler again, just for everybody's entertainment. I think
I'm going to send him a stick-on moustache or something,
Yeah, just anything to give him some stubble. Yeah, totally. Like just a mark, a permanent marker or something. And then we've got Tony Kloosterman, who is going to bring it to the XVR boys without a doubt. I know Tony likes Watkins, and he is very, very quick round here. We're on the shorter track, obviously, which is it lends itself to sprint racing, doesn't it? Because you can bang in so many more laps. Although someone's just gone onto the onto the boot. This track, sometimes the shorter versions of these tracks can be a little frustrating as we go on board with. Who are we on board with it?
Tony Kloosterman.
Oh, it's with Tony, right? And he'll have his work cut out with all those XVR cars around him, I'm pretty sure. But there are some savers. So Ant Woodward's in from Never Quit Racing, as is Greg Carr. Chris Jackson I don't think's racing, nor do I think Michael Taliancic is either, because there's no times going in here, unless they're all on pit lane start.
Yeah, I spoke to Chris earlier in the week, and I don't think it's today, but I think Chris has could be Logan's birthday party or Chris's birthday party or something going on. But he said he's going to let me know he might make race 3.
Okay then, right, okay. So that'll be just his practice session out of the way that we're seeing on the screen. But yeah, it's going to be quite a dynamic race, and it'll be interesting to see what the likes of Ivan Batmans does, because it's such a short lap, and the fast guys are super fast around here. Although hitting the wall like that, Rich is not going to do any good. Ryan Walker, who we're trailing around with at the minute, or tailing. we'll have quite a night of it. I think it'll be quite a competitive race.
Greg Carr is a bit down the field. I think Greg lost his racing mojo. I think that was the issue. When these cars first came out a year or so ago, Greg took to him like a duck to water, and was just phenomenally quick. And then, like I say, I think his racing mojo went downhill and disappeared somewhere. So yeah, it's good to see him back, and I'm sure that you know, he's done a little bit of practice, but I expect to see Greg moving through the field at some point in one of the 3 races. Just trying to see if anybody's going to get anywhere near Nicole. He's the only person in the 108s at the moment.
Yeah, and odd to see Tyler Newitt in second. I didn't know he had it in him.
So we're probably going to be looking at around, what, 16 lap races?
Hang on. Pete gets his abacus out. Yes, I think you're right, yeah. And we get free repairs in each race. Just the one?
Just the one, yeah. Just the one.
To give someone a way out if there is carnage. No yellows in these ones, no random yellows either. Like you see in some of the other series that we broadcast.
No, although we do have the ability to throw one if the track is blocked and it doesn't get sorted out. But Watkins is fairly wide. There's plenty of grass. I can't see us getting a block track round here.
No, I mean either. The only place would be going up the hill, which is where Ant Woodward is charging towards now. And sometimes you do get big pile-ups at the top of here in official races.
Well, it's very easy to get sideways, as Ant has just proved to us.
Yeah, thanks for the instant lesson. You can see his feet dancing away as he comes up to the bus stop shortly in your inset picture.
Yeah, and going up through there as well, that left, you're flat out, and sometimes the car just doesn't want to steer. And you can just clip that barrier on the right-hand side, and it just spears you off in all sorts of weird and wonderful angles. So, yeah, that's where, like you say, that's where accidents can happen. Plus, again, super sprint race, just over a minute a lap, probably 16 laps. Race 2, race 3, the fast guys are going to want to get through in a hurry. So we've seen that can cause a few problems in the past, but I'm hoping not.
And you only get to take part in the reverse grids if you finish on the lead lap. We should make that clear just before anybody gets confused as to why. Anybody that's, for instance, crashed and reset to pits ends up a lap down isn't included in the reverse grid and ends up at the back anyway. Okay. I love the last 2 corners of this track. They seem to sweep together. There's the first one, and then this is the second one that Tyler's navigating at the moment. You can run really wide there, but you do pick up a 1x on that little bit of grass if you get too enthusiastic. Session's just gone checkered as Tyler's come across the line, and I think he's going to get another stab at it. So he'll be the last one to finish if he can form a lap together. And interestingly, his gaffer has just gone in second place.
Yeah, and I've just found a unicorn on the YouTube chat.
What's that for? What is a unicorn for?
I have no idea, but I just found it. That's good.
Weirdly, there's a theme to my next subject. You know when you get those things from like eBay and they say selected for you?
Yes.
I took a screenshot of my phone, right? And it was an inflatable unicorn.
Wow.
Now, where on earth has that come from? I'm gonna put it on Discord actually because it's just ridiculous.
Could come in handy in a swimming pool.
That I don't have yet. That's good.
Yeah.
They're just bizarre. I don't know. It's the strangest thing ever.
It's probably something to do with you know, Googling various blow-up things.
Well, yeah, that is true.
They've picked up on it.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, Tyler. Yeah, that'll cost you a bit of simulated cash. Where am I going with this?
Well, we are just waiting for the session to click over. Then we will bring you your official grid for race 1. And here we go. So, bum, bum, bum. We need some of that suspense music before this comes up, don't we?
Yeah. I think Sam should play the podcast music he used to play. That used to get me very horny. Oh, all right.
Good,
shall I go through the grid?
Yeah, you can do if you wish.
So your pole man will be Nicole Foggy for XVR Sim Racing. Second off will be his gaffer, Johnny Brandon, for XVR Sim Racing. Tyler Newitt for XVR goes off 3rd. Wayne Sanderson for XVR Sim Racing Black goes off 4th. You can see a theme here. Tony Kloosterman for Never Quit Racing 18 is 5th. 6th is Steve LaValle for XVR Sim Racing Black. 7th is Rich Warmingham for XVR Sim Racing. Greg Carr for Never Quit Racing B Team is off 8th. Ryan Walker for Team Down Under off 9th. Marco Lewert for VTS Germany off 10th. 11th is Ant Woodward for Never Quit Racing B. Nikolai Bogotyrev, 12th. He's a privateer. And then I think it's just Ivan after Nikolai.
Wow, that unicorn's 155 centimetres.
It's massive, isn't it?
I want one.
Oh dear. Right, so where am I? Yeah, so after Nikolai, 13th is Ivan Batmans.
Lights are coming on, Pete. Lights are coming on.
That's fine.
And we green.
Oh, that was a very good start by everybody.
Well, I was just going to say that. I was waiting for you to say who had a good start, and I was going to say, actually, everybody did.
Yeah, that was absolutely perfect. Now then, it does mean that we're a bit crowded into turn 2.
Yeah, all safe around turn 1. Up the hill they go.
Frank Cullenton, even though he didn't qualify.
Okay, first big braking point.
The bus stop. The leaders have definitely... Ooh, someone's gone straight on. That's Greg. It's easy to safely rejoin here at that point, so that's good. You'll have a monster slowdown though.
Yeah, I don't know whether he just went straight on or whether there was a car there and he couldn't turn in.
We'll have to have a look at that a bit later on. He's
going to be on his own, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Kind of tried to make the turn, but no front end grip.
Yeah, and then bailed. Which was probably a good call, to be fair.
Yep. So better safe than very, very sorry. You can easily bounce straight across that bus stop and wipe a load of cars out, so... Rich Warmingham tracking down teammate. Valley. These three, so this is Greg Carr now, caught up with the back of the field after his slowdown, trying to make his way past Ben Cullen and Ivan Batman. So Ivan's caught Ben Cullen quite quick there. He's had to take to the grass though. Careful, steady it up, steady it up, don't hit the wall. Oh, just a rub, just a rub.
You get too brave there, can't you? I just had a look at the standings. Currently Marco Nemela's second, but obviously he's out injured, so it's a three-way battle between Wayne Sanderson, Rich Warmingham and Steve LaValle, and possibly Tony Kloosterman for second.
A little tap there from Ben Cullen, sorry. So, lots to race for, actually, isn't there?
Yeah,
There's podium
definitely.
positions to go at. What's Marco Nemela's injury, or is it for a sexually transmitted disease clinic?
Well, he'll never admit to that, will he?
Oh, this is going to end badly. Oh, he's got lynched by the barrier there. I've ended up like that, and you just have to reset.
Yeah, first look, it was
very messy. So both of them made the turn.
Well, Ben went wide there. Yeah. Just not giving each other enough room, was there?
No, there was a bit for both of them there to be responsible for, I think.
Can't remember what I was going to say now.
You're talking about podium positions up for grabs.
Yeah, so, well, they're all together, look. Tony Cluse,
Yeah.
Anderson, Steve Valley, Rich Warmingham.
Tony Brandon is getting some attention. Oh no, he's not. He's giving the attention to Nicole Foggy.
Yeah, and, you know, you could say that, you know, championship-wise, Johnny just needs to stay where he is. And that's it. It's game over. He's a three-time champion in the Racetech V8ESC. But he loves racing against Nicole. I think Nicole quite often gets the best of him, so that's probably why he likes racing Nicole, to get his own back.
Yeah.
And Johnny likes to win. There's no two ways about it. He's a miserable git. He likes to win. So, you know, he won't be happy with just sitting there in second place.
No, definitely not. He's hardwired to be first across that start-finish line, isn't he?
Yep. So we're already almost 5 minutes in.
I think Greg Carr got away with scraping against the wall after the collision with Ben Cullen.
Yeah, he's still going, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know how damaged his car is, because the impact was quite significant. He's actually pitting the car now, so thanks for that, Sam.
But you can see he's got a lot of damage on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Maybe he gave it a lap just to see what it was handling like.
Possible, but he's going to get that free repair used up and get back on the track before he gets lapped, otherwise he won't be included in the reverse grid, because now he's going to be at the back for an eternity, isn't he, really?
Yeah, he's coming out now.
Again. The next car is Ivan Bauman's 22 seconds further down the road, so
yeah,
he's got a lot to do to get back on terms.
But he's got a half-decent gap to the leaders, so at the moment he's not in any danger of being lapped and possibly missing out on his reverse grid spot.
Have you read Lane's
message?
Yeah. Oh dear, that's funny. So Lane says to know what's more miserable, Johnny Brandon or his wallet. I've heard that when Johnny took a fiver out of his wallet, the Queen on the picture had shades on.
Oh yeah, and it was a king.
So these two are still going at it. And they're not laying anything back, are they? Because they're pulling away from everybody else. So Tyler Newitt's 1.5 seconds back down the road.
You know, after driving this car badly for numerous years, you know, let's face it, this is the big boy's toy on iRacing. It is by far probably the most difficult, but by far the most fun car to drive. And it just amazes me when you watch some of these, the control that they've got over it that I could never ever muster.
It bamboozles me. I see, you know, when I was racing this car, or as you say, badly, as we both did together, because we were pretty much at the same point on the track in every race. I always followed them round in the cockpit cameras, and they did everything I was doing.
Yeah,
and
but 3 seconds a lap quicker.
More.
Yeah.
More than that. I just could never figure it out, and it's all to do with how you brake, not necessarily that you are braking or what gear you're in or anything like that. It's how late they can brake, how smoothly they brake, the transition from... You saw Anne Woodward's feet, he dances around on those pedals in a way that I could never dream of doing. And he's, well, he's halfway through the field at the minute. I would be at the back with Ivan.
Yeah, and attached to your braking, it's also how much speed you can carry through the corner. And then the loud pedal comes into it, and how controlled you are on the loud pedal, which I think has always been my issue. But my throttle is on or off. There isn't an in between, which is probably why this car never got on with me.
Yeah. I mean, I love driving it, but you're right. Excuse me. There's no other car that poses such a massive challenge on the iRacing service. Absolutely not.
And it's why a lot of people steer away from it, because you know they go in, they do 10 minutes in practice and go, well, this car's undrivable.
But you learn everything you need to know about racing all the other cars on the network by racing this one. You know.
And when people tell me that the car's undrivable and the car is broken and stuff like that, I just point them towards these races and say, well, you know, now say it's undrivable, now say it's broken.
Crazy this means these guys manage to turn laps in these cars. It's brilliant. Now, Tony Kloosterman is tracking down Tyler Newitt.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got the tractor beam out and he's trying to pull him in.
And Tony could definitely do with that position because, you know, he wants to get as many points above and beyond what the other three that he's fighting for second for are going to get. Tyler's not easy to pass, and is he going to be extra hard to pass, knowing that his teammates are in that battle with Tony for second place overall? I don't know.
Well, if he didn't think about that before, he will now, because he listens to the broadcast.
That's probably true, yeah.
It's good that his mum lets him drive at this time of day, though, isn't it?
Yeah. He should be a nursery, shouldn't he?
He should, yeah.
What he should be doing now is typing messages to Wayne, Steve and Rich and saying, you know, how much are you going to give me to make my car extra wide?
So, there's still only, well, I think Foggy's eking out the slightest of leads. He's 0.8 of a second ahead of Johnny now, which is the most he's been that I've seen anyway.
Yeah, the battle behind is the interesting one, isn't it? You know, you've got Newitt and Kloosterman, and then Sanderson, LaValle, Warmingham.
I thought you were going to call him Warming Beef.
So I nearly did, yeah. Ryan Walker is in that. No, he's not. Ryan Walker's more in a battle with Ant Woodward. Really should start wearing my glasses so I can see.
Mike XVR273 says, tighter than a camel's bum in a sandstorm, that Brandon. That's a good one. Like that.
So there's only 3 minutes left. And Johnny Brandon is on course, we believe, to take the championship. There's 150 points on offer, plus a few odd points for fastest lap and pole position, which obviously Johnny didn't get pole position. And he hasn't got fastest lap at the moment in this race. And then obviously the drivers lose points for every incident point they get. So yeah, it's looking good for Johnny at the moment.
It is. You don't pick up too many incident points around Watkins, do you? Generally.
Not really, no.
But when you do, you collect lots of them.
Yeah, I think they're mainly contacts, aren't they, round here, rather than off-track 1Xs and things like that.
You don't even get that many spins in this car anymore because you can recover the spins now, can't you? It's more handleable than it used to be. Yeah,
that's always been, you know, one of the bugbears with this car, isn't it? That, you know, as soon as the tail wags slightly, it's gone, and you have to be a proper alien to control it. Whereas these days, you know, this new car is a lot more, like you say, control friendly, isn't it?
Yeah, the only issue I've ever had is if you start to over-rotate or spin the wheels, cooling the tyres in this car is a feat of absolute magic. Because when they get hot, they stay hot forever.
Yeah, and the other thing as well, I think, is what you saw Ivan do near the start of the race. You know, if you are off the track, you have literally got to get everything straight, level, you know, eggshell under the throttle pedal until you get back on the track and up to speed. Because it's still, you know, you're on the grass and you think, yeah, everything's under control, put your foot down, and whoop, away you're gone again. So, yeah.
So Wayne's getting caught by these two after pulling away a little bit, and I think Stacey on the chat has cursed him a little, but we won't mention that again, will we?
And we're not going to get 16 laps, are you? We're not going to get anywhere near it.
We're not. We're on lap 13 now. How long have they got? Oh, right. They've only got like half a minute. Oh no, they've gone over 60 minutes. This is the last lap, right?
No.
No.
Yeah.
One more.
If they get to the line, which I'm not sure that they will, to be fair. No, I think this is the last lap.
Yeah,
I'm not going to get to the line, are they?
Stupid. This is why I didn't say anything when you said 16 laps, but the lap is more than 1 minute, so that's normal. They don't make 16 laps.
We'll get him later, Clyde. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what he said, so don't bother me.
Said something about fries.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Belgian Toblerone.
Claiming everything by putting the word Belgian in front of it. It's funny. So Nicole Foggy wins that one with Johnny Brandon in second and Tyler Newitt third. Everybody's filing across the line now. Ivan will be the last. Is he? No, Greg Carr will be the last.
Will be, won't he? Yeah.
And he'll want to finish it because that'll keep him included in the reverse grid if it goes to a full grid. Although with 13 cars racing, that's likely to be everybody anyway.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Yeah. And Walker did well in that one, 8th place. That's good, given the people he's racing around.
Yeah. He's not a bad steerer, is he?
No, not at all. Wait for the official. Ben Cullen's got some Belgian fries as a picture.
Yeah, and as you can see, folks, they're just chips.
Yeah. So your race winner for round 18 is Nicole Foggy, with Johnny Brandon coming home second, Tyler Newitt third. There's your podium. All XVR cars, although the first two were XVR sim racing. Tony Klusterman finishes fourth for Never Quit Racing A. Wayne Sanderson in fifth. Steve Lavallee sixth. Rich Warmingham seventh. All for XVR teams. Ryan Walker comes home 8th, Ant Woodward in 9th, Nikolai Bogatyrev in 10th. He had a quiet race, didn't he? We didn't see much of him. Marco Lewert in 11th, equally as quiet. Ivan Bauman's in 12th. Greg Carr in 13th, and DNF for Ben Cullen 10 laps down. Non-starters were the three at the bottom of the list.
So what we could do now is ruin all their lives and switch the second race to Silverstone.
It would be hilarious, but
it would, wouldn't it? Could you imagine?
or a really, really obscure track. That'd be funny. And race 2 is from Sonoma.
I think Tony likes it because he said "lol" in the chat.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be silver sword for the next one.
He wants to go to Alton.
Alton, yeah.
He will do, won't he? Spa. I don't think he'll want to go there. Right then,
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune. Have we got any music for this or not?
Yeah, should be on the stream.
All right, let me take my stream off mute.
Is it okay? Beat? Music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Let's roll in.
Rolling.
Full -1.
So that'll be 13 then.
Well, full -1 would mean that Greg Carr is left at the back, and Ivan Bowmans is our pole man, right?
Yeah, that'll be 12, won't it?
Yeah. So actually getting the full on the first one has stopped it being a full grid. Oh dear, that's funny.
Right.
So while Clyde does all his magic and probably mutes himself for a while, let's see. Anybody with anything to have a shout out to, you can put it in the chat, and I'll do that. I need to get out of this session, don't I? I forgot about that. Because we'll launch a new one. So this is where everybody's busy clicking away on their keyboards in the background, folks, to get into the next session of V8ESC that gets raised. So, Sam, no massive surprises in that one, was there?
Yeah, excuse me, Pete. I was just making all my things in the background as well. So
Are you making Belgian prize?
Yeah, exactly. No, that was yesterday, by the way. I sent wonderful pictures to them. He was really happy to see. I was eating well, and yeah, great race. Yeah, great race. Johnny just keep it behind Nicole, I think, on this one. He did try to push a bit on the start, but yeah, I think Nicole was a bit faster, so he stayed behind.
Yeah, towards the end, I think either Nicole was pulling away from Johnny, or Johnny realised I don't need to be this close to Johnny's bumper, so I'll move away from him a little. Tony couldn't quite catch Tyler, even though he was making a good fist of it, and the other three couldn't sort themselves out either. The action for that was really around Ant Woodward and Ivan, really. Very exciting race in terms of I've never ever seen a grid launch for V8ESC in that way before. They all got a perfect launch.
Yeah, that was a great start for Watkins. It did look pretty great. No off tracks, nothing. And nothing in the S's, which is quite impressive. It shows how these guys can master the car. As you said before, it's a difficult one to master, and we know Klein can absolutely not handle this one. So, yeah, that was a great thing.
Yeah, it was. The car is a monster if you're not used to it, and Clyde's right in saying that too many people jump in it, think it's going to be like driving the MX-5. It frightens the hell out of them because they just spin it in pit lane and then they bail immediately without giving it a chance. But it really is how you learn the racecraft of racing in a stupidly powerful car with no driving assists whatsoever, and it's just an unadulterated beast that you're trying to tame as you drive it. It is a fantastic experience, and for any of the people watching who've never tried it or are driving other things, yeah, you need to have a pop at this car because the lessons you learn driving it, they fit you out for any other car with any other downforce package or driving
it
assist.
helped me even for the LMP cars.
Okay.
I do like run the LMP cars without any traction control and no ABS or things like that if you have, because I'm used to the feel of the V8 and used to manage myself, my throttle inputs and my braking. So yeah, that it sometimes helps a bit to put some traction control on other cars, but most of the time I'm just putting it lower than the setup recommended from VRS or thing like that. And yeah, it's still competitive, so
Yeah, and I started racing GT.
Session is launched, boys, by the way.
Good, right, cheers. I started racing GTEs with Gary Craig in the last, I don't know, a couple of months. And you get these cars with driving assist like ABS, traction control system, stability management, and all the other stuff that those come with. But when you turn them off, you're so much faster because you've driven the V8 and you know how to handle the throttle, not as well as these guys, for me anyway. And you know, braking carefully but firmly, and sometimes matching it with some trail braking. And you're so much quicker. It really does set you up for driving any of the other cars on this service. It is fantastic.
yeah, it's the
Clyde,
best
are you eating cake? Is he eating cake?
As always. What do you think he's doing?
So I've just had some Black Forest Gatto.
Oh,
right.
Jeez.
But
Give me some. You bugger.
because I've learned so much from the Belgians, I'm going to claim it for Norfolk. So I've just had some Norfolk Gatto.
Right, okay.
Great.
Yeah.
It seems like, yeah, proper UK shit, but that's fine.
Yeah, we like to claim stuff that's not ours from when you're from Great Britain. Tyler says that VR headset is forcing a firmware update, so let's hope he can sort his tech out before race 2. With Clyde eating food, it probably delayed the start of the next race by a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
I didn't start on the cake until I launched the session, so
yeah, I think he will just eat and talk at the same time.
Yeah,
he already do that for the GT. Not yet, not anymore, because he's racing. Or maybe he's eating. He's eating while he's racing.
Totally.
Yeah, like Carl Hardy.
I did last Sunday. I was eating Toblerone whilst I was racing.
Right, then I'm just launching the session.
I'm just going to see if I can get the scores on the doors updated.
Oh yeah, let's get them up adjusted, and then we can.
Yeah, not done them yet. Hang on. Relax your batty.
What? What is that saying? That's not saying.
That was from, was it Ali G?
I don't know. I didn't really watch it that much.
Have you not seen the new Borat film?
Not a new one. I saw the original.
Oh, that is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. It's on Amazon.
Nice. Give that a watch.
Right, so that's the result downloaded. Let's go into the admin side. Oh, there it is. Racetech Cup results. Diddly-doot. Round 18. Upload.
Right then, let's see who's in this session. So, have we lost and who have we gained? Well, it looks like we've got the same set of people. Nobody's not joined this session. So we should end up with Ivan Batman, sorry. Forgot his official name. Being our pole man.
Yeah, and I can confirm the results are uploaded. And Johnny Brandon is our first ever 3-time champion.
Right. Congratulations to Johnny Brandon.
But
I peaked too soon.
The fight is definitely on for second place between Steve Lavalley and Wayne Sanderson. There is 51 points between them two.
All right, that one's still definite. Oh, there we go. It's on the screen.
And Tony Kloosterman and Rich Warmingham are not out of it, but I think they're battling for third. And there are 8 points apart between them.
Okay. Bit different to what's on the screen at the minute, then.
Let me have a look on the screen. What we got on the screen?
It's on the broadcast.
Yeah, that's not right.
Sam needs a disciplinary.
Yeah, probably something's going on with the standings download.
So this is what I've got.
It's probably messed up because the way I do it is different for the standings, and as we don't have finished this round yet, and there's 3 races, that mess up the result. This is why.
Cool.
So the battle for second and third, we've currently got Steve Navalli on 3.266, Wayne Sanderson on 3.215, Tony Kloosterman on 3.111, and Rich Warmingham on 3.103.
Right, okay, so it is all to play for there, isn't it?
So, did Tyler's made it in, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Need to have a more focused effort at distracting Tyler in this one, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we let him off easy. Just glad his mum was home so he could use her credit card to update his Oculus.
That's funny.
Poor old Tyler, he gets some grief from us, doesn't he?
He does, but he deserves it. So, just seeing the end of a 10-minute pre-race practice because the race conditions, have they changed, Clyde?
Yes, they have. We had I wouldn't say a fairly cool track, but it wasn't too bad in the first race, but we're now mid-afternoon with 110 Fahrenheit track.
Yep, that'll do it.
So the first race is done under morning conditions, the second race afternoon, and then it should cool down again for the third race, which will be a late afternoon session.
Where was it? We did a late afternoon race and it went dark on everybody. I can't remember where that was now.
Can you remember when that happened at Bathurst?
Yeah. Oh, that was funny. There's no lighting around there either. It was funny.
I think the funniest one ever was, what was his name? He used to commentate on Apex for us, the young lad. Can't think what his name is.
No, it's gone.
Sam Fitzpatrick?
Sam Fitzpatrick, yeah. So he did a Bathurst race. I think it was a 4-hour or 6-hour or something like that. Yeah. And he set it to start at midnight instead of midday. And all the practice sessions, a bit like the strength of field race last night, all the practice sessions had been in daylight, then everyone turns up for the race and it's pitch black. That was brilliant.
Right, so
your grid did it on purpose.
Yeah, your grid for race 2 is Ivan Bauman's is your pole man, with Marco Lewert going off in second. Third is Nikolai Bogotyrev. Fourth will be Ant Woodward. Ryan Walker will go off 5th. 6th will be Rich Warmingham. Steve Lavallee off 7th. 8th will be Wayne Sanderson. Tony Kloosterman off 9th. Tyler Newitt off 10th. Johnny Brandon 11th. 12th will be Nicole Foggy. And then you should find, Greg Carr off 13th and Ben Cullen off 14th.
Just in time, lights are coming on. Stacey's asking for a beanie hat, and we're green.
Yeah, we've got a new
supplier. They're splitting Ivan at the middle into turn 1.
Need to sort that out. Ivan's braked a lot earlier than a lot of others.
Oh, well done, everybody.
Yeah, but 3 into 2 doesn't go.
No.
I think he's trying to safely get to the back. an alright job of it at the moment, or I've just cursed him. So we're 11 wide. Up the hill.
I think everybody did very, very well there.
They did. And these are the fast guys back here with Ivan now. He's done a great job though, hasn't he, to not panic too hard.
Yeah.
But we should mention up at the front, Marco Lewert is checking out.
Yeah. I think Tony Kloosterman got the best of that bunch, didn't he? Because
is that him there at the back of this queue?
Rich Warmingham, Steve Lee, Tony Kloosterman all got past Ivan, I think, into turn 1. Johnny Brandon was in the carousel or whatever it's called.
In the S's going up the hill.
Yeah. And then, Wayne Sanderson. No.
Oh no, I know what you mean. Yeah, it was in the carousel down the hill that Johnny got through. Yeah. So Tony's clearly desperate to get Steve LaValle behind. Oh no!
I was just going to say that Sanderson and Foggy hadn't got past him yet.
He done that on his lonesome or what?
He's out wide. Is he gonna?
Oh, he's on his own. Oh dear. I think he hit.
That was
Nicole.
Foggy. Yeah. And I can tell you exactly what happened there because I've been in that situation myself. He needs to come back on the track. He knows there's cars to the right. He knows they're fast cars. He doesn't want to ruin their race, so he takes a little bit of grass and the car spits him.
Yep. And he found that bit of clingy magnetic fence that Ben Cullen found in the first one.
Yeah, I've got utmost sympathy with Ivan there.
Yeah, me too. That's a shame.
Ryan Walker is going for the lead.
Oh, he is? Are we claiming this one if he's in the lead?
Oh, hell yeah.
Right, okay. BSTV commentator Ryan Walker. No, he's not going to keep it.
No, he was too deep in there, wasn't he?
Yeah. Good tactic. Nikolai's right on his 6 now. That should stack him up, and that'll bring Johnny Brandon onto the back of this group, I think. Rich Warmingham's already caught up with Tony Kloosterman, who still can't get past Steve LaValle safely. Oh dear.
Oh, that was
Kevin Brown.
Yeah.
For me, not for them.
That was a brave move that was never going to happen, and he only just managed to get out of it.
That door was destined to close. And Meanie Hats, we've got another supplier after the first one let us down, Stacey, so there will be some, don't worry.
Right, so those front two, I think Ant's putting a lot of pressure on Nikolai, which is allowing the front two to break away a little bit. He's going for it again.
He's not going to do that because you get better traction on the outside.
Kloosterman's had a go as well. He's in the middle of Warmingham and LaValle.
Yeah, he's been there for a while now. He can't do Steve LaValle for some reason.
Yeah, and again, those four are going for second and third, are all in it together.
Yeah, I don't think Ryan's going to try that one. Tony looked like he was closing a minute ago. Nicole is definitely closing on the back of Johnny. But I think he'll end up finding himself a new seat if he tries that move, given the points that are on... oh no, because Johnny's already cleared it, hasn't he? So.
Yeah. Unless Johnny was to pick up 200 incidents in every race.
Yeah. For the right money, that can be arranged.
Well, yeah. Oh, Ryan, what are you doing?
It's the other way. And he's... Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, great save. Great save from both of them, really, but...
That wasn't pretty.
No, it wasn't.
Ryan immediately apologises.
Yeah. Let's hope nothing more transpires from the damage that they took. So he went around the outside there. That's not the most advised thing to do.
Outbraked himself. He's got to get back on the track.
Yeah, and then he's got the braking point wrong for the final corner. Now then, what's that done to Tony's car?
Well, I think it was a fairly central side impact, wasn't it? So he may get away with that.
It's a funny car, this one, though, isn't it? It looks like. I mean,
Yeah,
Johnny Brandon's got. Oh, Johnny Brandon's got damage because of Ivan.
No, it was Nicole.
Sorry, that's Nicole. I keep seeing him in blue, and Johnny used to drive in blue, didn't he? Then he got all like fancy and got a gold one, like his Rolex.
Yeah. Yeah. Del Boy Brandon.
Yeah, sheepskin fur-lined coat or whatever it is. So Marco Loer and Nikolai Bogotyrev, while all this is going on, are managing to stay out front here.
Yeah. And I just thought that Johnny Trotter would be a better name.
Johnny Trotter, that's class. Oh dear. If he plays this back, we're dead. So, is that Anne Woodward pushed a bit wide, or is that Greg?
I don't know, I can't concentrate.
Oh no, Anne Woodward's in third.
That was Greg.
Yeah, it was Greg.
I've just got Johnny in the car now on the mic to Nicole going, Nicole, this time next year we'll be millionaires.
Play it cool. Play it cool, Nicole.
Oh, switch from Woodward.
Yeah.
Rich Warmingham's got him at the moment.
Yeah, I think he'll do. Oh no, maybe not. Oh, around the outside here again.
Yeah.
Oh, they've both done well there.
But then you're inside for this one, so
yeah,
it should be a done deal.
Well, he can just push him wide now, can't he?
It's going to be a drag race.
I heard screeching tyres, but that might be just my session. That was Nicole and Tony in a drag race, I think, for turn one.
So Rich has got that done at the moment. Nicole's got Tony done.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what this does to points.
Yeah.
Because in my head, everything's just gone everywhere. So that's Rich Warmingham now setting off after the lead 2. And we know he's quick.
Yeah, but we're over halfway, so we know how difficult Nikolai is to get past.
Yep. And Cullen's still on lead lap. He's the last car at the moment. He's not that far off the back of the field, to be honest. So.
And you can pretty much guarantee that Nikolai's thinking, who's this Lewert fella? I can do him. There's a win on the table here.
Yeah, totally right.
So Brandon is flashing Sanderson.
Multi-21 if I've ever seen it.
Tyler is flashing Brandon. Good lad.
That's never going to work. Oh, Tyler, just quit it, mate. I hate it. And he knows it.
So if Johnny is Delboy and Nicole is Rodney, does that make Tyler Damien?
Yeah. And I know what Lane is. He's Uncle Arthur.
Albert.
Is it Albert?
Yeah.
There was 2 different ones, wasn't there? Was that about, did they just change the actor? I don't know.
Grandad was the first one. He died.
Grandad.
Then it was Uncle Albert.
Albert, right, yeah.
Which must make Steve LaValle trigger.
Oh, yes. Brilliant. And then we need a Boise. Right, Marlene? So what we're saying is that XVR are actually only fools and horses.
Yeah. Trotters Independent Racing.
Lane says, during the war. Whoa, wait.
Whoa.
What was that?
I literally just caught the edge of that as he was sideways in the air.
Whoa, I have no idea. I have no words for that. I don't know what happened.
It's coming together with hands. Yeah.
I didn't see the contact the first time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's terminal. His engine's absolutely
shot. How much did Klosterman pay Woodward for that move?
Oh, I don't know. But it wasn't much of anything. It was just so wild and violent, wasn't it? Because
and it's a fast part of the track, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow, I mean, that's just... I don't know what that does to the points. Stacey's going to be in tears.
Right, remember to add Mary to the last race, Clyde.
I was just going to tell you that, yeah. Well, here we go, right. So, who was Rich Warmingham in the Only Fools and Horses?
Trigger. No,
Trigger,
that was Steve Valley.
Right, well, Nikolai's screwed up the bus stop under the pressure of Rich Warmingham. And he's lost to Steve LaValle now.
So there's something going on with Marco Lewert, isn't there? Because every time somebody gets into second...
Yeah, they bin it. Yeah.
They bin it. Has he got some sort of oil button on the back of his car or something?
I've no idea, but he needs to stay out in front now for another 3 laps. Was it 3 or 4? Did we get 14 in last time?
Yeah, there's 3 minutes left. No, I don't think Marco... No, don't even say that, Clive, because that'll just... You'll ruin it for him.
So, Nikolai's had to give room to Johnny Brandon on the climb up the hill, but he shut the door on Tyler. Tyler's done the inside-out move on him, but got sideways. That's going to slow him right down. He's got the slipstream side of the track, though. And he's going to do it. Yeah, he's around the outside of Nikolai there. That's a good move.
Yeah, Nikolai slotted in front of Nicole.
Just like the XVR camp down here, look. Sorry, NQR camp. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say to Sam, Stacey wants a replay of Wayne. She was feeding the cats. I don't know if that's a euphemism.
I think it probably is. Oh, hang on, what's going on here?
There's some light flashing by Mr. Klosterman.
Yeah, so why is Tyler all the way back there? Tyler's here at the penultimate corner.
He's gone out to the right.
He's washed out. It's washed out.
That is so easy, and then it's so easy to hit that wall there, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think his rejoin was a bit twitchy in front of Tony, so that's why Tony was splashing.
So Rich Warmingham, there's a replay of him taking the lead.
Yeah, there we go, yeah. Marco couldn't stave him off for long enough, and he's about to get LaValle, I think. Del Boy's behind Steve LaValle.
We're busily trying to get back on the standings.
Ask Sam about his last message later.
So yeah, Rich Warmingham, out of the 4 battling for second and third, he's the last one. So he can get a win here. That's going to do him the world of good. Going into the last race.
Ryan. Oh, I thought Ryan was offline or something there, and he had to lock up to make the corner. So I was right in my fear that he was going to do something bad. So Steve LaValle closing in on the back of Marco Lewert now. Seems to have that much overspeed though, does he? In the slipstream, I mean.
Yeah, he does on the brakes.
Yeah, rolled into the boot of his car nearly.
So Rich Warmingham is about to cross the line very shortly.
Oh, he's managed to out there. That was a good block, actually, by Marco Loert. Are we on white flag now?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
With checkers.
So, race victory for Rich Warmingham. Well done, congratulations. Marco Loert in second, Steve Valley in third, Delboy in fourth, Rodney in fifth, Nikolai Bogotyrev sixth, and Tony Klusterman finished seventh. But I'll go through the full lot in a moment.
Yeah, and what I didn't want to say when Marco Loert was winning is we could have a first-time winner here, not realising that I don't think Rich Warmingham has won a race, has he?
In my head, I think he has, but I think I've got it mixed up with the Enduros.
Yeah.
Because, of course, we used to run an Enduro series as well for V8.
I think Rich had one in
One,
the main
was
series.
it? Right, okay.
Right.
Because I think we already said that Rich it was his first win in the main series, and he already had one.
Right.
But
that does sound familiar.
Yeah, Rich won good, according to Marco.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you, Marco. You should be in the booth. Come on.
Should be, yeah.
I did tell him.
Nicole is doing some drifting after the race. So a great race there for Rich Warmingham, and generally, in essence, the whole race was good. There was action everywhere in that one. And Nicole tries to take Rich out at pit lane. That's quite funny. So your final result for this one, while Clyde goes and creates a new session, is Rich Warmingham is your race winner. So congratulations to him. Marco Loert managed to get a second place out of that for VTS Germany. Steve LaValle in third. Johnny Brandon, or Delboy as he'll now forever be known, in fourth. Rodney Trotter in fifth, Nicole Foggy. Nikolai Bogotyrev in sixth, which is quite a good result. He dropped back quite quick through that, which we'll talk about in a minute. Tony Klusterman finished seventh. Ryan Walker finished eighth with Greg Kahn ninth. That's a good result for Greg. Tyler Newitt finished 10th with Ant Woodward in 11th. Ben Cullen finished 12th. Wayne Sanderson in 13th. And Ivan Batmans finished 14th. So, Sam, we had Nikolai in a really good positive position at one point there in second place, trying his best to get past Marco Loert, and then dropped back a massive amount of places in a very short time.
Yeah, he cracked under pressure, and then he got caught by the whole XVR train. But before we talk a bit more about the race, we shall get back to the spinning wheel, because Clyde can't do anything.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, you can't do anything with that until you've done that.
So here we go, let's spin it.
I'm just going to unmute my YouTube because I love the music.
Well, 22 plus 3, so that's gonna be a full one again.
That's everybody, please, Clyde, everyone. Full bag.
It was almost the same one as the previous one, the full minus one.
No, yeah. You sure this is random?
Yeah, it should.
So, yeah, we had some really good racing in that one, and we had some strange off tracks, but yeah. The surprise one for me was Nikolai losing so many places in such a short amount of track.
Yeah, not really. As I said, all the guys, it was Nicole, Johnny, Steve. I mean, they are really good drivers, and Tyler was there as well. It's the top of the thing in the V8ESC, and probably in other series as well. So, once he lost it from Rich, I think that was done. He could have stayed in the battle for first if he didn't make any mistakes, but yeah, this one cost him a lot.
Yeah. Marco Loert did very well to stay towards the front as long as he could, and he's done a good job to stay in the top three, to be fair. It could have been a similar story to what happened with Nikolai for him at any point, to be honest. Is Clyde muted or not?
No,
he's
I'm
not.
here.
Don't forget, Ivan doesn't get included in the reverse because he was laps down.
No, I've got Wayne Sanderson on pole.
Yep.
Yep, that's perfect. Yep, sorry, just trying to keep everything right. We hadn't mentioned that, that's all. And Ivan got caught by the same fence net, we'll call it, as Ben did in the first race. Is that a glitch in the iRacing scenery, or is that just random net codage?
I think it happens a lot with the barriers on iRacing. If you hit them on a certain angle, then you're just glitch into it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and Tyler said on the chat there that he didn't know what happened. His tires turned into ice blocks when he turned into the penultimate turn. I think he's referring to there, and he got his off track. And I've had that as well. It's you go around the same corners over and over again, understanding that your tires are going to eventually either heat up or go off or whatever. But then you sometimes get the odd random turn where it just did not feel like it did on the previous lap. Have you had that as well, Sam, or not?
Sessions launched.
Yeah,
Cheers.
more or less. If you overdrive it for with no reason, sometimes the tires get too hot and there's no grip at all, and you don't even see it coming because you feel like you drive normally, and then the tires just goes off. So.
No, it's fair comment. And then Ryan Walker, he ended up shuffling backwards quite quickly and early on in that one. After pressuring for the lead, he did the ill-advised go around the outside at the penultimate turn, but I think everybody's tried it around Watkins, and the whole thing just closes up on you, doesn't it? And you run out of track very quick.
Yeah, Watkins is it's a great track, but at some turns you really run out of track really quickly, and especially in the penultimate corner, where we saw Ryan and Tyler on the mistakes. There's a couple of spots there. Yeah.
So second and third place battle is now really, really interesting. Wayne Sanderson sits on 3309. Bear in mind he's on pole position for this race. Steve LaValle is on 3266. Rich Warmingham is on 3251. And Tony Kloosterman on 3120. So I am guessing, without a disaster for Wayne, I think Wayne may have sewn up second place, but it is on. There is 15 points between third and fourth.
Wayne will be happy. I think he may have paid Ant Woodward to wreck him so that he was on the pole here. How did he get round with a blown engine? Because that looked like it was spouting smoke.
Yeah, unless he just jumped in the pits, fast repair, and jumped out again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long ways to go with a blown engine, though, isn't it? Because he was on the the first stage of the climb after turn 2. So it's a long way back to the pits when you've got that sort of problem. And I've been in a car before where it starts to smoke a little bit at the start of the lap, and by the time you get halfway around, you've blown the engine. Obviously, it's because I was over revving it, but yeah, you don't always survive too easily once that starts to happen. So this will be the very final race of this V8ESC race season, won't it?
It certainly will. I say, in theory, second and third are still up for grabs, but I think the battle is mainly going to be for third between teammate Steve LaValle and Rich Warmingham. And taking incidents out of the equation, I think Rich Warmingham is going to need to finish 3 places in front of Steve LaValle to have any sort of chance. But as we saw in the last race, anything can happen.
Yep, definitely. We're about halfway through the warm-up practice session. with Chris Jackson in the session this time. So welcome to Chris on the racing platform again. Oh, sorry, Mary. I got that wrong, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
Guys, I hope the last race will be as good as the previous one, and we'll hope that Ivans can make it to the end.
Well,
this was an unfortunate incident for Ivans, I think.
Oh, definitely.
As you said, it happens to every one of us, just touching the grass at this spot and ended up in the wall. So, yeah, if the drivers can do the same with the last one, not just Chris did with hand there on screen, I think we'll have a great final race of this year.
Well, the third race tends to be the wildest, doesn't it?
It does, but we usually don't end up with someone like Wayne at the front of it.
Yeah, and Wayne is really fast. I don't know where he did qualify on the first one. I don't remember. But he's one of the fastest driver at the moment on the V8s, just behind Johnny, Nicole, and Tony. Managed to get to the front. So I think for this one, Wayne has a lot of chance to win.
Wayne qualified 6th.
Okay, which is a bit lower than he's used to.
So Mary looks like she's got some pent-up frustration that she's trying to get out of her system.
Definitely, I think. If we were very professional, we'd have put a montage together of all our best bits across the season, wouldn't we? But we're not, so we ain't got that.
Yeah, only 2.5 minutes left of this 10-minute practice. Track temp. Now, we thought track temp would go down from 110, and yes, we are down to 84 degrees Fahrenheit, so the guys will find a bit more grip. You can see the long shadows being cast by that fence.
Yeah, evening races around here are not as bad as at some of the tracks where the setting sun blinds you as you're heading towards it. So Sebring springs to mind, where that back straight, is it Ullman? It just blinds you as you're heading down it at certain times. Whereas you don't get that around here. It's far more friendly upon the eyes.
And just looking at our other championships, so obviously we've got a teams championship. That's pretty much sewn up. There's not going to be a lot of change there. XVR Sim Racing are winning by a long way. XVR Sim Racing Black are clear in second, and Never Quit Racing A are third. And there's a little gap to Racecraft Esports, but they've got no drivers in it, so I don't think that's going to change. In the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award, I think Johnny Brandon has got that sewn up. He's currently 50, overtakes ahead of Wayne Sanderson. So I don't think that's going to change. But interestingly, the Safe Driver Award, the two main contenders, because Nicole Foggy's not going to be able to do enough races, is going to be Steve LaValle and Wayne Sanderson.
Right, okay. And how safe are they compared to the rest of the field?
Well, there's not a great deal in it over a long season, but we do it incidents per corner. So Steve LaValle has got 0.007 and Wayne Sanderson has got 0.008.
Right. Yeah, you can't get any closer than that.
Yeah, so a bad race for either of those, and the other one will take that minor championship away.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Rich Warmingham, I was just going to say, has just put in the fastest time, but Tony has actually just topped that. The session's now flipped over, so we should get the starting grid up and get on with some racing for our last race of the season. I know it brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? It's very sad, very sad. So Wayne Sanderson will lead the field away, much to Stacey's pleasure. Ben Cullen will go off second, Ant Woodward third, Tyler Newitt off fourth, Greg Carr off fifth, Ryan Walker off sixth, Tony Klusterman will go off seventh, eighth will be Nikolai Bogotyrev with Nicole Foggy ninth, 10th will be Johnny Brandon with Steve Lavallee 11th, Marco Lewert in 12th.
Lights are coming on.
I've not got time for the rest, I'm afraid.
Green, green, green. Here we go. Good start there by Wayne. Good start by Nikolai. And Woodward was a little bit, looked like he was slow off the line from this distance anyway, but he still managed to retain third. Everybody's round the first corner.
Yeah, and Woodward's got Tyler. Oh, I was going to say he's got Tyler on the inside for the next one. Oh dear, Tony.
He closed the win.
I'm assuming that was contact from somewhere. He's just lost it. Over-rotated. It's very un-Klusterman-like.
Yeah, very.
Right, we'll carry on. So Tyler drifted wide in turn 2. And I don't know where he's ended up now. I don't think he got past that Woodward. No, he didn't. He's back in line again. So exactly where he started. Some activity back here with Chris Jackson making his way round. He's about to Jackson himself and Nikolai. Mary's good in that car, isn't she?
Yeah.
She is.
Just knocked my mic over.
Yeah, we heard.
So in that third place battle, Rich Warmingham needs to beat Steve Lavallee by about 3 positions. He's currently the car behind him.
That was massive. That's Ben Cullen and is that
and Woodward. Yeah, what happened there? That was big.
Ben got it really wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's taking the tackler.
Is there going to be any afters to this? I just heard a groan from Marco Lewert.
Yeah,
and he's in the pit, so I think he got the back end of that.
It's weird, I almost wanted to restart the race. He got collected by Tyler on the way. Well, Tyler was just not in control of anything.
What? Was Tyler stopped and then he reversed, or
no,
was he out of control?
Tyler was still out of control from getting tagged by Ben. Well, we've got a good portion of the field in the pits at the minute.
Yeah, the words of Bill Switzer, holy mackerel.
Yeah, so Ben tags the wall. They collect Tyler. Tyler goes flying down the wall, out of control. Spears across the track. And then tags Marco.
Yeah, that's one of those big crashes that you can't really point the blame at anybody.
No, I mean, in the normal world,
anybody can hit the wall.
Yeah.
Which Ben did, and it was just, it just went on from there. Tyler got clipped because of the initial accident. Marco got hit because Tyler was then out of control. Root cause, yeah, Ben hitting the wall, but we've all done that.
We have, yeah. He hit it pretty full on.
Especially Pete.
No, especially me, yeah. Thanks for that. And Gary's caught out Tyler there. He wasn't holding his brakes until the very last second. Probably should have have had his foot on the brake anyway, but
I don't think he would have slowed down anyway up against that wall.
yeah, he was moving far too quickly, I think, to do it to make any difference, really.
And backwards.
Yeah.
So Rich Warmingham is still behind Steve LaValle. So if Steve LaValle keeps it there, he should claim 3rd place in the championship.
Chris Jackson's made his way up the field very, very efficiently. He's currently in 8th place. And at the back of this train of cars, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, Nicole Foggy's missed a lot of this season. How desperate does he want to win?
Yeah.
Are they going to let their teammate win? I doubt it, you know.
No, I don't think it's in their genetics, is it?
Because I think, you know, if Foggy's in a kind mood and he tries to sit behind Wayne, then Johnny's going to try and get past Nicole. So.
Yep.
And Greg Carr's not that far behind them either, so I think if they catch Wayne, they're going to have to try and go for it.
It's the last race of the season, so I'm pretty sure they will scrap it out. And at the moment, Rich Warmingham is, well, kind of 4 places behind where he needs to be, isn't he?
Yeah, he's... I don't know, how desperate is he for 3rd place? Is he listening? Can he do a bump and run on Steve LaValle?
Let's really give him all the clues. Keys to the kingdom.
Stacey, I think that would be absolutely hilarious if he joined in a race.
Some flashing from Johnny Brandon there. Don't know what that was for. Trying to put his teammate off, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be giggling at each other. What is going on with YouTube?
What, the chat, you mean?
No, it's just my screen. I think somehow I'm clicking things without realising it, because I just looked at the screen and the spinning wheel was up.
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, what is Sam doing? And then I realised I must have clicked somewhere and gone back about 3 days.
Okay. So these two have caught Wayne Sanderson now.
Yeah.
Johnny Brandon got a real weird line out of the bus stop there into the carousel.
And they are going to go for this. They've got half the race left.
Yeah, it's definitely on. It does amaze me, the capability of Nicole Foggy. He's just incredible in this car, isn't he?
Yeah, and you know, does Wayne know that he's safe in 2nd? Possibly not, unless he's listening. But Wayne wants to win.
Yep. Tyler overtaking a down on power Tony Klusterman.
Oh, Johnny Brandon.
Yeah, he's put it inside.
There was a touch there.
You think?
Yeah, without a doubt. Very slight, but yeah.
Yeah.
See if we can get it.
Far chase, yeah. Far chase would be a good camera angle, I was going to say.
But Johnny's car seemed to bounce right, so I think there was definitely a touch in there.
I look at the way he gained on him there. on the brakes.
Just there.
Oh, yeah. Tiniest bit of net code involved in it.
Yeah. But Johnny doesn't believe in net code, so Johnny hit him.
Yeah, that was a full hit then, wasn't it? Woo. What happened there? I thought Johnny's got this. And
Wayne is like, just take each other out, please.
Yeah. Steve Lavallee closing in on Ryan Walker now, I think.
Yeah.
Ryan's gone defensive into turn 1. Doesn't always work going defensive into turn 1 though, does it?
It doesn't, no. It shallows the turn, doesn't it?
Yep. We go.
Oh, he's got really defensive there.
He has. Now he might lose. Oh!
Oh, here we go.
Come on, girls. Sort it out.
No, they survived. They survived.
And Greg Carr's on him now.
Well, to be fair, these two will be loving this.
Yeah.
You know,
this is what you turn up to do, though, isn't it? Race like this.
And there's no pressure, is there? Because Johnny's won the championship. Foggy's not in it because of his piles that he's had for most of the season. So, even if they do, they obviously don't want to take each other out. But if they do, it doesn't really matter.
Steve Lavallee there came out of turn 1 thinking, I've got this. I've got a bag full of wheel spin.
Yeah.
That's tucked back in.
So we've got 4 minutes left of the season. These two fighting is really helping Wayne.
Although they've put themselves out a bit and they've pulled away from Greg again and pulled onto the back of Wayne's car nearly. But this is definitely on here. This Steve Lavallee and Ryan.
Yeah, I think Ryan's still got enough in front there, yeah.
It seems to be around this corner that Steve reels him in. Oh, look at this. They've caught Wayne again. Or Foggy has at the very least.
Yeah, because Johnny's not putting any pressure on Foggy at the moment, is he? So 3 minutes to go.
Look how Johnny pulls onto the back of him and that one braking zone at turn 1. He was miles back before and he's back on him now.
What Wayne wants to see. He wants to see the nose of Johnny's car because that means he's poking it somewhere where he doesn't want it.
Oh, Foggy went very wide into the carousel.
Yeah, but it does give you the inside line, doesn't it?
Very true. He's saying that might be conceived then, yeah?
Yeah, possibly.
It's worked. There's a move. He's on the outside though, Foggy. He's going to get better traction off that corner. There we go.
I think we've got 2 more laps. Greg's on the back of him again. Johnny again,
popping out from the slipstream.
Foggy was good on the brakes there.
Yeah. Mary Jackson's warming the tyres in the background. Very odd.
Okay, so we're about to start the final lap of season 9.
Nicole's got enough room now between him and Johnny to really focus on Wayne. So let's just see if he's serious about winning the race, because he's going to get a really good run here. Lots of slipstream. Wayne has gone defensive, to be fair. He's out of the gas.
To go now. One left, one right. A big enough gap there that he didn't have to go defensive. It's just a drag race out of the last corner now. I think Wayne's got this. And there it is. Wayne Sanderson is your race 3 winner, with Nicole Foggy 2nd, Johnny Brand 3rd, Greg Carr 4th, Ryan Walker 5th, Steve LaValle 6th, Rich Warmingham 7th, Chris Jackson in 8th, Nikolai Bogotyrev in 9th. Don't know what's happened to Tony. He's still circulating. He's going to finish.
He's got a bust engine somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
Tyler Newitt finishes 11th, a lap down. Ant Woodward 12th. Marco Lower 13th. Ben Cullen was a non-finisher. So we're just waiting for Tony to cross the line.
I think that's Mary Jackson beating the hell out of the Holden there.
So let's see what we can do. Let's get this race saved. Somebody has stolen my mouse cursor. Oh, there it is.
Sorts of shenanigans on the track at the minute at the end of the season.
Right, so let's see what we can do here. Got to wait for the result to appear in the league section before I can do anything with it.
SVR boys doing donuts on the start-finish straight. Rightly so as well. They're the team champions, and Johnny Brandon's the individual champion. Stacey got a car in yellow to win eventually.
Right, I think I may be able to do it. Dum dum dum.
So I'll go through the finishing positions while you sort yourself out. Wayne Sanderson was your final winner of season 9, the last race of season 9, I should say, for XVR Sim Racing Black, with Nicole Foggy and Johnny Brandon in 2nd and 3rd respectively for XVR Sim Racing. Greg Carr for Never Quit Racing B came in 4th. Ryan Walker in 5th for Team Down Under. Steve LaValle in 6th for XVR Sim Racing Black. Rich Warmingham for XVR Sim Racing came 7th. 8th was Chris Jackson for Never Quit Racing A, or Mary, probably. 9th was Nikolai Bogotyrev, a privateer. 10th, Ivan Bowmans for Track Velocity Racing, with Tony Klusterman in 11th for Never Quit Racing A. Tyler Newitt finished 12th in XVR. Never Quit Racing B for Ant Woodward in 13th. And 14th, Mark O'Lowerts for VTS Germany, laps down. And Ben Cullen, laps down. in 50.
Okay, so we've got the final standings. Happy to announce that Johnny Brandon is our first ever 3-time champion. Wayne Sanderson took second spot and Steve LaValle in third. In the teams, we sort of knew it wasn't going to change, but XVR Sim Racing take away that title. XVR Sim Racing Black finished second and Never Quit Racing A in third. In the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award, we have Johnny Brandon finished first, Marco Nemela second, and Wayne Sanderson in third. And the Safe Driver Award goes to Steve LaValle, with Wayne Sanderson in second and Marco Lewert in third. Right, Pete, we have a massive queue of people.
We do, yeah.
Let's bring in our race winner. No, he didn't win a race tonight, did he? No, he's bloody useless. Our season 9 Racetech Cup champion, first ever 3-time champion, also a member of the winning teams champion and the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award winner, Johnny Brandon. Welcome to the booth.
Very much.
That took me a while to get all those honours out. Let's quickly talk about tonight. You came in with a healthy lead. You knew unless everything went absolutely pear-shaped, the title was in the bag. You did exactly what you needed to do. You got some good results. Pressure was off, and you had some fantastic racing, especially with Nicole.
Yeah, pretty much that was it. Race 1, I could have gone for it, but the idea was don't do anything silly in race 1, and then we can have some fun in race 2 and 3. But I kind of wish I'd gone for it now. Race 1, because it was tight, and it's always fun against Nickel. Nothing would have gone wrong. So I should have probably gone for it a bit more. He made a mistake halfway through, I think it was, and I had the chance. But we're so tight, but it's great fun battling around. So but all in all, a good night. Race 2, being careful and sensible. Other people needed the points more than me, so it wasn't worth pushing too much to go past them. They've helped me through the season, so I just sat behind them and let them do what they were doing. And it's so hard to overtake here anyway. It's such a difficult track to overtake on. So I think I finished 4th in race 2 from 11th, and I don't remember actually overtaking anyone. I think it was just from people's mistakes.
Yeah. Well, there was a really big crash. I don't know whether you see it or see the aftermath, but it was Ben Cullen, Ant Woodward, Tyler Newitt, Marco Lewert. They were all in it. Not really anybody's fault. If you watch the broadcast back, you'll see. But it took out at least 4 cars that was in front of you.
Thank you very much.
And the season on the whole, to win this, you have to be the driver that consistently bags the big points. And basically that's what you've done all season. We've not meaning to take anything away here, but we've only had Nicole for a few races. Marco Nemela has been hit and miss.
Marco's been rapid all season.
But not here enough. And
he's been here all season, I think, just not this final round.
Well, he's finished over 600 points behind you. So
yeah, I think he's missed tonight, which is obviously about 400 points. So there was only 200 points behind. Apart from that, we did the same number of rounds apart from tonight. I think the difference was the race 2s. And then once I think he had a bad race 2 early on in the season, and it's a big points difference then, and there's no need for me to push. So it was pretty tactical most of the season. Just all I had to do was finish behind him in race 1, then I'm starting ahead of him in race 2, which is half the battle already. which is the longer race. And then I just had better race twos than he did for whatever reason. So hence put me up there.
Yeah, and it shows it shows how close it is. The fact that Marco went into this or didn't go into this final round, as it turned out, but he was in second place and he's finished sixth through missing one meeting. So we've got we'll have discussions under the way about whether we go again. But
it's a shame about Marco, just a shout out to him.
It's
been great all year, and he's rapid in the car. And for anyone that doesn't know, he's got some problems with his knee. Yeah, so it's a real shame he wasn't here for this one. And it's been a pleasure racing against him. He's one of the good guys, one of the nice guys, and I wish him well. And
he's being a misery guts at the moment as well, because he won't join us in the booth.
He's finished. He just sounds like that all the time, naturally.
So yeah, our first ever 3-time champion. So you came into the championship late. Obviously, you didn't come in right at the start. But you've you now hold, or for a little while, I think from the end of last season, you've held the most wins and now the most championships. So when will the Johnny Brandon domination end, do you think?
Who knows? Who knows? We'll see if there's another season yet, and then make a decision on what's happening. I've got a lot of things going on with other races coming up, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do going forward at the moment. See, it takes a lot of time, this car.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's hard. It's great fun, It's not I don't want to do the car anymore, but I might give it a rest for a season. Just I'm in quite a big Porsche Cup series and getting my ass kicked, so I need to put some more serious time into that, which means even less time for this. And we'll see what happens. But like I said, we'll see if there's an actual championship first. Then I've got a decision to make. But yeah, it's great fun. Love racing with all the guys in here. Thank you to you guys for organising it all. It's always a pleasure. And it's about time I had a lucky season. I think it's I've had some bad, unlucky ones in the past and done plenty of moaning, but I didn't have the bad luck this year. I had some good luck. So swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, like you say, it makes a change. Well, congratulations on your results tonight. Congratulations on bagging your third championship and the minor championships that come with it. Your series winner, Johnny Brandon. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Well, yeah, I just want to say one more thing. I've been running the number 57 all season. I think you noticed that early on, which was the old race number for some friends of mine. Unfortunately, one of them passed away earlier this year, which is why I decided to run the number. So I dedicate the championship to him, Jeff Young, Juice, and just say hi to his brother Tony. And that was for you, buddy.
Excellent. It's always lovely to hear that sort of thing. So thanks for joining us in the booth, series champion Johnny Brandon.
Thanks very much, guys. Good night.
See you later.
To the next one.
Okay, so the interviews have thinned out a little bit, Pete. So next, let's bring in I don't know if he knows it yet, our championship runner-up, Wayne Sanderson.
Yeah, good evening, Wayne. A great way to end your season with a victory. So you've also finished second, don't know whether you know that, in the championship. And your team has finished top of the pile. Or an XVR team. Are you in the same team? You're not, are you?
No, he's in the second place team.
Second place team. So bridesmaids at the moment, but ultimately, brilliant season.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's good evening to you guys as well. And yeah, pretty happy with where things have ended up in the championship. If you'd asked me at the beginning of the year if I might be in second position in season, well, the second season of the year, and the answer would have been, absolutely no. So very happy with that result.
Was it race 2? You got hip checked into the fence at turn 2, or into turn 3 rather?
It's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster this round. I'll be honest with you.
It has for a lot of people, mate. You're not the only one.
in the first race, I knew it was tight between Rich and Steve and Tony, so I was quite happy just where I finished, because everyone was right next to one another, so it wouldn't have made a huge points difference. And then in that second race, again, just trying to be very conservative and not make any errors and those sorts of things. And the opportunity opened up to go around the outside of Ant there, and I don't know what happened. I just got rammed straight into the wall, so it was all over. And I thought the whole second place thing was over at that point as well. But I managed to limp around with a smoking engine. It detonated just before I got to the pit lane, and I rolled down pit lane and managed to take the fast repair and get back out again on the lead on the same lap.
Yeah, lucky boy. You had exactly the same thing happen in your second race as in Tony Klusterman's third race.
Right.
They were identical. No, Tony's was on his own, wasn't it, Clyde?
Yeah, there was no contact there.
Yeah. But the end result was exactly the same in exactly the same place. It's been a very eventful night, it has to be said. The XVR crew dominated a lot of the positions, a lot of the top positions, and lots of eventful racing. You seemed very much in control, with the obvious exception of what happened in race 2. And a great season. What have you got a standout moment from the season other than winning the last race of it?
Wow, now you've put me on the spot. Look, it's all been great fun, to be honest with you. And I think the first time I was in the series, I was just finding my way in the car and everything. And I think starting this season and joining the XVR team and a lot of the team support I've had throughout has really helped me, I guess, get up the leaderboard a little bit more. I know we've been missing some of the the top flight drivers this season, it has to be said, but there's a few guys that in the first season I raced, I wouldn't have ever dreamed of getting anywhere near, and now we're having battles every once in a while, which is really great fun. So really enjoying the league.
And obviously there are high level talks that involve very expensive coffee, no doubt, about what we do in terms of V8ESC going forward. Have you got any commitments for the next season, or are you wanting to rejoin this if it runs again in the same format or similar format?
I'd definitely be back in this championship, this format. It's it's really great, and I think most people that come in and try the car and stick with it for more than a few weeks, start to discover how good a car it is, but also how good the league is as well. And there's some really good competitors, and it's a pleasure to drive with them week in and week out.
Cool. And you've obviously pleased the Wayne Sanderson fan club, which is Stacey on the chat. She says to give you a shout out from her. So in
Thank
turn,
you, Stacey. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pete. Just something I want to say to Wayne. So I don't know if you've looked at the standings yet, but you were second in the Racetech Cup, which is the overall championship. You were second in the teams championship with XVR Sim Racing Black. You were second in the Safe Driver Award to your teammate Steve Lavalley. Guess where you came in the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award?
Let me think about that. Maybe second.
Third. So you've let us down.
You built that up nicely.
Oh dear, funny stuff. So again, last race of the season. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to?
You guys for the just running the series. I mean, it wouldn't be on if it wasn't for you guys and the work that Clyde and the rest of the team put into it, and you guys for the broadcast. Really makes it entertaining to watch back. I'd like to thank the XVR team in particular. They've been a great help throughout. Team sponsors Simmortal, Virtual Racing Association, and also I think Nicole and Johnny. They probably could have pressured me into a mistake in that last race there as well, but they were kind to me as well. So thanks to those guys, they probably could have got past me if they forced the issue.
Yeah, well said. Actually, some good mentions there. And we'd like to thank you for your participation and the fantastic racing that you've delivered over the course of this season. You're right. Your performance this season was fantastic compared to when you joined us. And that'll be part of the XVR stable, and it'll also be part of the community that you're racing with here. So thank you very much, Wayne Sanderson, our second place finisher in V8ESC for season 9.
Cheers, guys. Thanks very much.
Okay, so next I'm going to bring in Marco Lewert, if he would unmute his microphone, and if he doesn't, by the time I've stopped talking, I'll drag him out again. Yeah, job's a good one. Okay.
He's just unmuted himself, Clive. You better bring him back.
No, he's missed the bus. Let's
Right.
bring in next Nicole Foggy. Welcome to the booth.
Hello.
Hello. So, talking about tonight, some fantastic racing there with you and Johnny. Talk us through that.
Yeah, it was fun at the end. Didn't want to muck up Wayne's race. He was doing well at the front, so we thought, and I think we knew that John had clinched the title or whatever. So yeah, we had a little bit of a battle. I slowed down to give him a chance. And it was a good wee battle. Some dodgy bits where I thought I was about to kill him, but it was fun.
Yeah, it certainly looked fun, and we were sort of saying on the stream there that you two were probably giggling your heads off. We had a running commentary from Lane as well as to what was going on. But I'm just looking at the season's final standings, and just where are you? So you only started 7 races out of 20, but managed to finish. Where is Nicole Foggy? So you was 19th in the overall championship, which is pretty poo on anyone's terms. Obviously, you get the spoils of the team championship. The Forever Forward Award, you managed to get 34 overtakes in your 7 races. Well, you was fairly safe, but you didn't do enough races, so we can't put you in the Safe Driver Award. So, your season, in general, started off really, really well. Then the injury, and then come back at the end. I think it's been a shame that you couldn't do the whole season and put some pressure on Johnny.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I was enjoying the car a lot before my injury. And it would have been good, to take it to Johnny and Marco as well. Pity he wasn't here today. Would have been fun to race him because it was the official race that he beat me in. I think it was a few months ago now. Beat me here. So I tried to make a good setup this time, but he didn't show up. So it's all for naught.
Yeah, perhaps he knew he was on to a loser. But when you have raced this season, obviously you've been extremely fast, and we've enjoyed watching you racing. Any standout moments either from tonight or from the bit of the season that you've done?
There will be. I'm not very good at remembering races apart from the stuff I've done on the day. I think I had a few good ones with Marco, and I think at the start when I'm pretty sure Richard and Kane was maybe in one, his Marco's teammates at one point. Maybe Silverstone was a decent one. Can't remember exactly, but few good races for sure. Couldn't specifically say which ones, but and a few good ones with Johnny as well. It's good when we do side by side stuff and it works out. It's fun.
Yeah, I must admit it's more fun when you take each other out, but yeah, I do agree. So, Nicole, last race of the season, last broadcast of the season. Any shout out you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, give a shout out to Wayne for his first win, and apparently it's all thanks to Lane. So shout out to Lane as well. Shout out to Johnny for shout out to me for allowing Johnny to win And shout out to XVR and you guys for running the league and do the broadcast. Always a great job and good watching it back. And shout out to the rest of XVR and to our sponsors, Virtual Racing Association and JB Data Engineering.
Well, you'll enjoy watching the stream back from tonight because we've given you all names tonight. So you probably can't wait to find out what yours is.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Rodney. Nicole Foggy, thanks for joining us in the booth, and we'll see you again soon.
Nice one. Thanks very much. See you soon.
Okay, so Pete, let's see if Marco Lawert is about yet. I don't think he is.
He said that when we drag him in, he goes on to mute. So I don't know whether it's.
Well, he's not server muted, so it's not.
No, I've just seen you. Oh, here he is. He's unmuted finally. Marco Lawert, good evening. No, he's just not talking. No, I think you're going to have to flush him again because we've got nothing from Marco.
Try again later. Right, so let's bring in the smiling assassin, shall we? Because we know he's always got something to say.
12-year-old Tyler Newitt, welcome to the booth. How are you doing?
Hello. Not too bad. Not too bad.
So, in terms of your actual age, how old are you? 13?
25.
Do you believe that for a minute, Clyde? Really? You know,
he's going to be one of these that when he gets
years.
to 80, he looks like he's 32, isn't he?
Yeah, I hate him. Mixed fortunes tonight for the last race weekend of the V8ESC season. You had a few, shall we say, panel rubs and one more critical one in the last race, didn't you?
Yeah. My goal going into the weekend was to get a podium before the season was out. And I did that in the first race, which I was quite pleased about. So I was like, all right, now I can just go out there and race in the last two races, and that didn't go too well. I did get I did take a lot of boxes though. I out-qualified all of the non-chrome XVR cars, which was exciting, and I got a fastest lap somehow in race 2. Not entirely sure how that happened. I think I beat Foggy by like 2 1,000ths, but I was, it could have been better. I don't know if I would have had anything for Wayne in race 3, but I thought I might. But it's hard to be too upset with the pace I had. With the pace tonight, it felt pretty good, honestly, to put in the time and to come out of it with a decent result and some clear pace.
I'll be wanting to thank us for not distracting you too much in these 3 races because we were too busy commentating on everybody else. Otherwise, we'd have tried to distract you enough to make you crash. You had a very good first race. Clyde, do you want to talk through his season performance results?
Yeah, so I don't know whether you've looked yet or not, Tyler, but you finished 7th overall in the Racetech Cup. Your team finished 6th in the team championship. You was 11th in the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award. And you were 14th in the Safe Driver Award.
So, some good results in there. 14th in the Safe Driver doesn't sound too good, but you've been the victim of some other incidents along the way, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Also, I get a lot of incident points, so that's on me. But I part of it too was just I had missed enough rounds that I wasn't really in contention for the championship anyway. So anytime I showed up, it was kind of just see how high I can get and not worry about that sort of thing. And the team result I'm pretty happy about since it was literally just me. And I missed rounds. We had a couple guys who were going to do some races in the third team, and then it didn't happen. So to get the team up into sixth by myself, I'm probably most pleased with that. I mean, my seventh place is about where I kind of would have put myself anyway if I hadn't missed races in the main championship. But sixth in the team is pretty exciting.
Cool, and obviously the boardroom members are busy discussing what happens for the next season. Are you still committed to V8ESC and racing again next time round?
I am, yeah. I really like this league. It falls at a convenient time for me as well. I like the Saturday mornings. It's just a really great league, and I keep, I know there have been complaints about car count, and I absolutely understand why it can be problematic to have car counts where they are. But that said, it seems like every round the quality of drivers that show up is unmatched in leagues and official races and everything that I've been in. It doesn't, the quality of drivers in this field doesn't get much better than what we have here. And I think that's what keeps me coming back. And the team aspect as well. The guys from XPR are great, and this car is just a lot of fun to drive. So I'll be doing some officials in the downtime to keep my proficiency up and make sure I don't end up too much further back. But I can only speak for myself, but I'll certainly be hoping that this league is making a return in the future.
It's really well said and very much appreciated. So thank you for that, Tyler. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your podium from race one?
You guys, of course. The quality of drivers that show up for this league doesn't show up if it doesn't exist. And it doesn't exist if you guys don't put in the time behind the scenes to get everything up and running. And I know you've all been super busy with getting Backfire, off the ground. So props to you guys for that and for getting everything sorted with the league. And I think we can certainly forgive all the mistakes when setting up the sessions.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Given the the situation that you all are in, so thank you guys for a great season, and thanks to XPR, because I wouldn't be as quick as I am without their help, and I wouldn't be as motivated, I think, to beat them without their existence and their encouragement. So thanks to them, thanks to our sponsors, Simsport Virtual Racing Association. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope to be back whenever the next season happens.
All very well said and very much appreciated. It's good to have any kind of feedback at all, especially when it's good. So thank you, Tyler Newitt.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Okay, so the interviews are dropping like flies. Looks like Marco's given up on us. Oh,
No, he's back.
He's back. Let's try him again.
Yeah.
Let me server mute him and unmute him, and then mute him and unmute him.
Still showing him as muted. That's odd. It's a shame I'd like to speak to Marco.
It's got to be at Marco's end if he can hear us.
Very odd.
Okay, so we will bring in instead co-commentator Ryan Walker. Welcome to the booth.
Evening, guys.
Evening. So tell us about your races tonight. Were ups and downs.
Yeah, it was a bit up and down, but I got a top 10 in every race, so can't complain with that. But still kicking myself about race 2 and throwing away a possible win or podium position at least. But as I said to the guys in the interview room, it's just part of learning this car and learning this series.
Yeah, it is. It is one of those, shall we call it, shit happens moments. But yeah, you was looking good, and you seemed like you had the pace to get into the lead at least. Whether you would have been caught from behind, we'll never know. But you said, you can't be too hard on yourself. You've come into the season late, still learning the car. You know, all three of us in the booth know how much of a difficult beast this is to tame, because we've probably never managed it. So, you know, I think you can take some positives, can't you, from this season?
Yeah, absolutely. It's again, like I said to the guys in the interview room, it's just as the seasons went on, I've been getting quicker and quicker, but just getting more pace and getting closer to the front, which is a good thing. And it just seems to be the more seat time I've put in this car, it's the more consistency I've got. It's just a shame we couldn't get a win this evening, but I got a podium finish at Okayama, so it's not all doom and gloom.
No, that's right. That's you know, as I said, you know, there's been some really good moments for you this season. You know, just having a look at your overalls, 10th overall in the Racetech Cup. For some reason, can't get Team Down Under to score any points. I'll have to look at that. Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award, 10th again with 26 overtakes. And let's just see if you did enough races. Yes, you did. 16th overall in the Safe Driver Award. So some top 10s there as well, which you know, in a league like this, you know, we have struggled on numbers this season, but we haven't struggled on quality. So that must be another plus point for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm quite happy with that. But a top 10 in the championship, I wasn't expecting to be anywhere near that, if I'm honest. But the 10th, I'll take that, and it's a good way to round out the season. And yeah, like Tyler was saying, hopefully we have another season of this league, because the group and the group of drivers that we've got is really good, really respectful, and you can have a good race with everyone, and there's no, how can I say, there's no like over the top like aggressive driving. There's a lot of respect between the drivers.
Yeah, it's just Johnny Brandon's moaning you have to put up with, but we're all used to that now. So before we let you go, Ryan, is there any shout outs you'd like to give at the end of the season?
First of all, you guys for putting on the broadcast, and everyone behind the scenes and on the league that make it happen, and lastly basically the drivers that have turned up to the league and put on some good racing, and lastly Team Down Under for helping me out as well.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure to have you in the booth for an interview, Ryan, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Right, thanks, guys, and catch you on Wednesday.
See you later.
Right. Try Marco again, because his push to talk might work this time. If it doesn't, then send him back to the interview room, and the three of us will pile into the interview room with him.
Right. Well,
that's not working.
Definitely muted. Right.
Let's go.
Hi.
Hello, Marco. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Found you.
Fine. Yeah. When you pull me in the broadcasting room, there's a window coming. That's a push to talk room, and I have to change my microphone settings, but I cannot activate push to talk here on my fancy MacBook. It's not allowing that.
Yeah, I don't know where Clyde's busy.
Sorry,
he's doing something weird.
I'm looking at the channel just to see if I could change that, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I looked at it as well, and
it happened one time before.
It did, yes.
At the end of last season, I had the same, and since then it's working. But now it's working.
Okay, so race 2, was that the one where you were out front for quite a long time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was very exciting to watch. People were trying to go around the outside of you at the penultimate turn many times, and just binning it themselves, and it kind of left you in the front, and then you got tracked down. But a very efficient race evening for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was okay. Last race, I was first a little upset, but because it was the last race of the season. But it's okay. I'm happy about the second race, P2. It for sure it's a reverse grid, but it's the first time I was able to stay in front. The track for sure helped me, I think. But
Oh, definitely.
I tried to make the Mustang as wide as possible.
Yeah, Clyde was very upset that it was the last race of the season. Before we started broadcasting, he was in all sorts of floods of tears, and it's to calm him down again.
I still am.
You still are, right? Okay. Hopefully we'll be back with another season in January once the board members have decided which version of the coffee that they're drinking and the champagne that they have to be fed by.
I hope we will continue. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I will join for sure.
Awesome. Clyde, do you want to talk through where Marco finished his season?
Yeah, so Marco only managed 12 rounds out of the 20, but he finished 13th in the overall championship.
That's good.
VTS Germany finished 10th in the team championship. Where are you, Mr. Loert? You finished 19th in the Fred Bingham Forever Forwards Award with 10 overtakes. And your best mini championship result, you managed to finish 3rd in the Safe Driver Award because
wow, cool. Yeah.
You was actually 9th, but 7 of those drivers in front of you didn't do enough races, or 6 of those in front of you didn't do enough races. So
that's quite profound, though, isn't it? 12 races and 3rd in the Safe Driver Award. That's good going, and that's where you generally start in this car. Drive it safe, then drive it fast, not the other way around. Generally, don't you?
Your average was 3.4 incidents per race.
Yeah, that's a good number. That you should have a look at that, Marco, and be proud of that.
Yeah, but in the last race I got 4 because of this accident.
Well, that's just what happens, isn't it? Yeah. So, any standout moments for your season, other than finishing 2nd tonight in race 2?
This was the best, yeah, for sure.
Cool. And anybody you like? Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, in Snetterton, I messed it up every time I was in the reverse grid, but this time it was okay, and this was best race for me. Yeah,
good to hear. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you disappear?
First, I have to congratulate Johnny for the championship, and thank you for you. And for sure the sponsor, and I hope we will get a sponsor next season that we can continue.
Well said, and we look forward to having you race with us again in the future. Thank you very much for all your contributions this season, Marco Loert.
Thank you. Bye.
Right.
So we're back. Me and Sam have both just fixed that little issue. We've found the thing in there. So, right, guys. So that is season 9 over, done, dusted, whatever you want to say. The fat lady has sung. She's called Lane, by the way. So, another, I know I keep going on about, the numbers being down and stuff like that. But, as I said earlier, the quality certainly hasn't dropped. I've got to congratulate Johnny Brandon for being our first ever 3-time champion. And I hope that if we do go for a season 10, he will be in it. I know he's busy, but I don't know with Johnny. Can he let this car go if we do another season? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But we have had some fantastic performances. And even though the numbers are down, we had 59 sign-ups. Oh, all right, they didn't all race. We've had 35 drivers have scored points, and it would just be good if we could get 20, 25 definites week in, week out from my point of view. But, the racing has been fantastic. Big thanks to Racetech for sponsoring us. I will be talking to David Black, the owner of Racetech, to see if our sponsorship deal can continue. There's also a few other decisions that need to be made regarding whether we go again for a season 10. But those decisions will be made in the next couple of weeks, and we'll give everybody plenty of notice on what those decisions will be. So a sort of evening and season roundup from you, Pete.
I have to say thank you to Racetech for sponsoring this season again, and it's been a frantic season, really, when you consider the races that we've had. Very, very close racing. It could have gone either way, right to the end, really. I mean, Johnny would have had to do something disastrous or not turn up at all. We've got some amazing races in here. We really do. And at the other end of the spectrum from the amazing ones, we've got some real promising people in other cars, privateers. It's a massively developed league, if I can put it that way, in terms of the driving standard, in terms of the way that the drivers interact with one another. We've had some disagreements, some handbags, etc., being flung about in the past, but that's what racers are like, isn't it? They bring that attitude with them. They want to win. They view incidents in multiple different ways, and that's what makes our lives exciting ultimately.
Yeah, and it's not always a bad thing either, is it?
It's not. No, not at all. In fact, it's something that is one of the closest alignments to real world racing that you're going to get, because the passion is still there. It exists. These people want to win, and some of them have got the skills to do it. Some of them are learning the skills to do it, and you can see it in all areas of the field. That development comes from racing next to one another in a league like this, where you can trust the person next to you. And yeah, it doesn't always work out, but what we have here is a fantastic league, and it is slowly developed into something absolutely fantastic year on year. And the world environment that we're in now with coronavirus may dictate what sponsorships available out there. It may dictate who's available to race. The world's very much changing, so we'll have to see where it goes. But there've been some fantastic races this year. Nicole Foggy disappeared off in some races and shown his absolute class. Same for Johnny, same for Tony. And look at where we're at. We're at the end of the season. The racing is still frantic, fraught. The reverse grids bring exactly what you expect. Some absolutely amazing overtakes and, unfortunately, some massive crashes. Great spectacles to view, but it definitely impairs the racing. But that's part of the territory, isn't it? I've thoroughly enjoyed the season, and I look forward, hopefully, to another one.
And Sam, along with Pete and Bill, who can't be with us, incidentally, I would obviously ask Bill for his season roundup, and I think I know what he would have replied.
Holy mackerel!
So, yeah, there's Bill for you. Sam, yeah, so our first full season of broadcasting this league, and it's been good, hasn't it?
It's been excellent. I mean, it was very enjoyable to race in the V8ESC because, as all the drivers say today in the interviews, the guys around there are really good drivers and really respectful drivers. It's always a pleasure to race in the V8s, at least once the poor quality guys have done their 1 or 2 rounds and they're gone. I don't think we had this season, which was even more interesting. And yeah, from start to end, there's something to play for. Johnny did won the championship only on the first race this evening, which is not that much of a gap if you look to the World Championship. And there's still a fight for second, third position till the last race, which is just amazing.
Yeah, certainly. And like you say, even the top spot was still up for grabs going into the final meeting of the season. Johnny Brandon could have had a hardware failure or something like that. You never know what's going to happen. So, as we said, end of season 9. Again, I'd like to thank Racetech, our main sponsor. I'd like to thank everybody that helps me running the league. You know who you are. I'd like to thank Sam, Pete, and Bill for being with me to bring you this broadcast. All the drivers that have taken part. Congratulations to all of our winners. Obviously, I'll be doing some posts in the very near future. And obviously to everybody on the chat as well. We know we get a lot of our drivers from other series that we do on the chat, but we also get people in like our Stacey gang that don't race but watch their fellas race and watch other people race. So we hope they enjoy it. Like I said, we'll make a decision as soon as we possibly can on whether we're going again. And obviously the drivers will find out on the Discord channel. And as soon as we know, everybody else will know our next possible broadcast. So yeah, that's that season done and dusted. That's 4.5 years we've been going now with this league, so that's good going. What have we got coming up for you this week? So on Wednesday, we go to the penultimate round of the BSTV GT4 TCR Challenge from Suzuka, where your very own Princess Pete will be driving in yet another different livery. On Friday night, we've got round 11 of the European Friday night Strength of Field race back in the mighty V8s from, I think, Sebring, which is a track I like. And then next Sunday, yours truly will be away from the commentary booth and racing in the VRA GTCC from Spa in the fantastic GT3 cars. So still, even though this season is finished, there's still lots of racing coming up on BSTV. So as usual, make sure you drop us a like on this video. And then if you want to make sure you never miss one of our broadcasts, or if you want to make sure you do miss all of our broadcasts, and so you want to know when they're on, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks to the 317 subscribers that we've got already, considering we haven't been going very long. And also make sure you sign up to our Facebook page. So I've been Clyde Whiting. This has been season 9 of the Racetech V8ESC. I'm going to say good night to everybody. Let Sam and Pete say good night, and then we will love you and leave you until Wednesday. So good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. At some point, we'll have a race of champions. Does that get broadcast, Clyde? I can't remember.
Yes,
it does. So look out for any posts.
12th of December, but I'm going to start advertising again from tomorrow.
Right, excellent. It's been a pleasure to broadcast V8ESC this season. Thanks again to Racetech for the sponsorship. You can see Johnny Brandon on your pictures, who is our champion for the 3rd time running. So again, congratulations to him and to XVR and to all the teams that have raced against XVR this season. Again, been an absolute pleasure. So thank you and good night.
Yep. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for all the drivers in the V8ESC. It was a wonderful season. And as the guy said, thanks to Racetech to sponsor the league. It's really appreciated. That makes the league possible. I'm gonna thank Clyde for once for the works he puts into this series and in all the series. I mean, he's the man behind the organization from all of the leagues we run. So thanks to him. And yeah, that's about it. We'll see you next week.